So to create a digital product passport, we know that companies are going to need certain information, such as a product identification number, a product description, but also information about the raw materials. Where has the product come from and where has it been made? So transport information will be required. And then on top of that, you're looking at CO2 emissions and environmental information on the product. And then beyond that, you're looking at reuse and recycling. So what happens to the product at the end of life? How do you dispose of it, or can you reuse it? Can you sell it on a second-hand platform? All of that plus certificates and any other kind of validation or proof of the product's sustainability criteria. If you're going to start with a digital product passport, we break it down into 3 areas. One is to gather data. What information do we have and what information do we not have, and start seeing where the gaps are. So gather the right information. Then you've got to manage that information. Where do I deal with this? Where do I put all this information? Presumably in a PIM system like Bluestone's. And then the third one is communicating this information. How do I get it out to the consumer and the end user? And that's where we would say we at Kolla will come in there, where we can tap into the PIM system and get that information out in a compelling way. So the joy, I guess, of having Bluestone PIM is that you have one place where you can potentially gather all the product in one place. So you can have a single source of truth. So I think use the Bluestone PIM as an area to gather all that information and have it structured in a good way. And once you've done that, then we can tap in to all the data attributes in the PIM system and transfer that across into a Kolla microsite, so that it's not just EU compliant, but something that's really compelling and interesting for the consumer to actually look at and really create a brand experience. So sharing this information with consumers is quite easy with a digital product passport. We advocate using a QR code on every product or on the packaging. When you scan that code, then you'll come up with a Kolla microsite, which will give you all the information, but also it'll give you more. It'll give you information about the brand and the story behind that product and how it was made. And there you can really sort of do something that makes it, much more interesting for the consumer. But simply put, QR code, scan the code, the consumer will get up a nice homepage or a microsite telling them all about that product.